Third World Cinema Club.
Hello guys, welcome to a special episode of Third World Cinema Club. They're all special. I'm
All
John.
episodes.
Yes, all of them. I'm John Tawasil from Present Confusion.
I'm DJ Ramones of ReverseDelay.net.
And today we have a special guest.
Person who wears many hats.
Yes, a person
in the
who
film
is
industry.
Sir Ed Lejano, sir. So
Hi, John. Hi, DJ.
Oh.
And I'm happy to be a so-called special guest in a so-called special episode in a very special program called Third
World Cinema
World Cinema Forum
Club.
Sorry. So yeah, it's all new to me. What this group is all about, and maybe it's also a journey for me to know as we talk what exactly this podcast is all about. But I'm open.
okay, so I guess let's begin with this question. What first attracted you to the world of film and filmmaking?
Okay, I was a film nerd when I was a kid, and this was like I was in elementary, and way before your time, and I think the starting point of that journey to become a cinephile, God, sounds like a pedophile, film lover, cinephile, was when I watched on late night TV a movie Deliverance, and I was like grade 3, and I saw that, of course, walang parental guidance, and wow, and it wasn't soon after it started me looking for the cinematic world beyond Disney or beyond the James Bond movies, the blockbusters, and from there I would seek out. There was no social media then. I didn't have anyone to talk to about this developing a love affair, love-hate relationship with cinema and in the life that was to come at my young age. So yun, doon nag-start, and then soon I was in grade school, hanging out in libraries, starting to read books, film books, mga Paul and Kale and all that stuff. And that was my ABCs of being a cinephile.
Interesting din kasi nung parang same din on my end. Kasi nung bata ako, syempre, yung father ko, he used to rent parang lots of yung mga VHS tapes.
Yeah.
Pampatulog niya yan, kumbaga. So, habang natutulog siya, so, nagpe-play lang yung tape until maubos yung tape, tapos it shuts off. So, ako, napapanood ko yung mga hindi niya napapanood. So, kung ano-anong pelikula yung nirerent niya, anything from Steven Seagal, foreign films, ganyan. Mas lalo siyang na-augment nung later on. Alam niyo po yung channel na Wow Wow.
No.
Ano siya, Japanese cable channel siya.
Yeah.
Notorious siya for
Semi-porn.
pag Saturdays. Other than that, it surprisingly had a very large collection of foreign films.
Entry point mo pala, semi-porn.
Semi-porn. Actually, natuto ako sa Pinko Ega, yung mga pink films ng Japanese doon. Tapos, ang dami ding other kinds of films na pinapalabas doon. Like, for example, Malena with Monica Bellucci. Yeah, I first watched that sa Wow Wow.
So cable way back then was like the wild west of
Yes.
of cinephiles, no? Kasi hit or miss,
Yes.
you get a gem or you get something trashy, but it's all part of the film experience.
Yes.
Na ang laki na ng pinagkaiba compared to now na you get the power to select what you watch.
Yeah.
Torrent lang gusto mo or stream if you wanna do it legally.
So I guess I'm lucky na kahit papaano naabot ako pa rin yung time na I just watch what everyone watches on cable, sa HBO, ganyan.
And it became fodder for yung water cooler discussions, diba? Yung sa office,
Yes.
di-discuss kayo. I miss that because dati, did you see the latest Steven Seagal or whatever, if it were to be an art film, na-release sa theaters, parang napag-uusapan.
You would have that common ground kasi people have the same things that they see or
At the same time.
or the same things are available to everyone.
Yeah.
Pero ngayon there's a surplus kasi talaga of material.
And it's the communal experience of movie watching that is kind of lost in this generation because, nako, pupunta tayo dyan mamaya.
Sige. Sige, going back dun sa experience sa pop. Pero I did a little bit of research po. Nakita ko po na you studied Broadcom here in UP
Yes.
po, for both your undergrad and your graduate
Yes.
studies. Bakit hindi po film or may film studies?
Well, at that time, I'm not that young, the film program was just about to be introduced. So it wasn't offered yet
Was it available?
when I started my college here. So right after college, I went to the US. I worked there. I lived there for 10 years. Doon ako nag-NYU. I took film. I worked during the day, at night. Nag-film school ako. And it was a great experience because yung sa 2 years ko sa film school, we lived, breathed, experienced film. And I would go to the New York Film Library, Public Library, and libre doon humiram ng VHS
Tapes.
way back then. And it was such a exhilarating experience.
Kaingat.
Oo. So why would I take up broadcast? Well, no offense to the program, but film talaga yung gusto ko.
Speaking of, parang you've probably traveled extensively abroad, saw the cinematic cultures of different countries.
Yes.
How would you compare or contrast them to our cinematic culture here in the Philippines?
Okay, that's an interesting discourse, no? Kasi I'm also part of NetPAC, which is the network for the promotion of Asian cinema, and the film culture in the Philippines is such that it's unique. Kasi syempre, the film culture that is the backdrop of our film industry, including mainstream and indie, is reflective of our film culture. And we are in a good spot because funding is easily available for filmmakers. There's a lively discourse in various platforms for people to discuss, analyze films. Filipino films, because of our social media engagement, are easily Googleable, and it's so easy for non-Filipino researchers or film lovers to research films because it's there. It's already in English, most of them, and so another factor is dito sa atin dahil madali ang funding. A young filmmaker can easily make his feature film at a young age, while in other Western or even Asian countries like Japan, they're turning 50, 40 years old. I've met these filmmakers, they're still developing their first film. And here, sabi ko, wow. So I think we're in a good spot because as a filmmaker, it's easy for you to kung masigasig ka lang, if you have what it takes or you're just patient, it's there. That's on the filmmaking side. And then the lively discourses that we have, of course, the more film groups you have, it's like an archipelago, di ba? Yung marami ring magsusulputan na ibang groups,
Yes.
marami ring they will disagree and form another one. It's just like the award-giving bodies that...
Para lang din tayong Pilipinas na may archipelago tayo of
Yeah.
islands na,
Oo.
with their own
So I think that's one observation I made about how it is to talk about films, how it is to make films, and also because of our unique history, we're very open to American indies or
Yes,
Western indies, to genres. Because I think on one hand, either without English subtitles can easily experience those films, whereas sa Korea, for example, hintayin pa nila yung English subs to be able to appreciate that. And so our film experience as a filmmaker, as a critic, it's quite it's an easier, you can take easy dibs from whatever film culture from all over the world, because we can easily relate to it, where it's not too much outside of our realm of experience to experience the other film cultures.
Would you say na Philippine cinema draws more from Western influences compared to its Asian neighbors? Parang Thai cinema or like maybe in Japanese or Korean cinema?
Well, siguro, if we can start with our geography, we're in Asia, but we're not quite in Asia. So, and I get this from a lot of people I meet, no? Parang, Filipino films are quite different. It's kind of, it has this Latin flavor, and it's not quite East Asian. It's not quite generic Asia, Pan-Asian. It's its own unique world, and I guess it's a product of our culture and our history. But also, I mentioned the word Southeast Asian cinema.
Yes.
Parang there lies our possible direction,
Like our niche.
our niche. Because when I see Indonesian films, I see a few similarities, despite them being predominantly Muslim and we're predominantly Christian. The more I see it, the more, hey, mas...
May parang similar elements between the
Yes.
two. I watched recently sa Singapore Indonesian horror film. And ano siya, if you're familiar with, yung Filipino possession films na pinoses ng demonyo. Tapos, ang panlaban sa kanya yung symbols na panglaban sa kanya are Christian symbols. Pero when I watched this Indonesian film,
Is this
horror
Ave
film,
Mariam?
No, ano nga ba yun? I think it was Dukun. That's the
okay.
name of the film. In terms of like structure, it was structured very, very similarly to a film like ours. Yung mga kakalabas lang, Clarita, Pares Malas, things like that. But the symbols they used, the things they used were Islamic. Kasi,
of course.
di ba?
So
yun yung
parang,
palaban nila.
superficially, they're different because the specific cultural symbols and artifacts are different.
Yes.
Pero the underlying structure, you would say, is
It's similar.
they're profoundly similar.
And I found out that the dominant genre right now in Indonesia are also rom-coms.
Rom-coms. And
Yeah. Aside from
Interesting.
horror,
aside from horror.
Maybe it's a Malay thing, Malay or Malay? Malay thing, no?
Malay natin, di ba?
We like to fall in love and be scared
Yeah. In the same movie.
in the same movie.
Love Diaz would be happy, Na-mention ko si Love Diaz kasi parang siya yung may pinaglalaban siya na even though he wants to go back to the pre-colonial, pre-Christian times, he wants the identity he wants to show through his films, as far as I understand him, is to go back to our, yung Malay roots, yung Southeast Asian identity natin na that's why, for example, time is not a concern for him in his films,
Yes.
because that's how we were before colonial times. We weren't really concerned about time. Tambay talaga tayo ever since.
Tambay tayo.
That's our culture. We're not concerned about dividing our day into specific points in time. Ganun.
Kaya interesting yung approach niya sa temporality sa mga films
Yeah.
niya. How he lingers on shots, yung parang editing na parang hindi na masyado na edit, mahaba na.
No concern about pacing at all.
No pacing eh.
I just want the story. Ganun.
Kasi if you think about it, yung this 1.5 hour to 2 hour like time frame was a construction of yung mga cinematic system na tipong we have to show this number of in a day para kumita tayo.
In a more capitalist vein, no? Kasi it has to be consumed within a network of theaters
Yes,
owned by a capitalist monopoly where it prescribes, ito lang yung entertainment natin.
Yes.
Related to that, nasabi niyo po na parang positive nga yung assessment mo of our film culture compared to other countries. Pero ang perspective is the filmmaker's perspective na madali ang funding, a young filmmaker can get a film. Pero this is, recently kasi, may film students na nag-interview sa akin, ask me about what I think about the film industry in general. And similar din yung sinabi ko, na it's actually very good because we actually produce a lot of films compared to other countries.
Yes.
It's a little known fact among the Filipino public that we are one of the most prolific film producing countries in the entire world. Pero yun yung production side. Ibang usapan yung distribution and consumption side.
Yeah.
So,
And that's the sad reality. Parang may paradox yung ating what we celebrate about the vibrancy and productivity of the film industry. And that's just one way of looking at it, no? And then distribution and exhibition is the problematic aspect na that beleaguers and enslaves the other workers in the industry. And I just pose a question: are we helpless in this ruthless, one-sided business monopoly? It's a question I'm posing because is there any solution in the horizon? And we all know what's happening, right?
yeah.
Yes.
There's so much products, there's so much titles being produced, but just ask Eric Mati, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Si Eric Mati.
And there are other institutions like FDCP or even QCinema, but we don't have the power to dictate it's part of the World Trade Agreement where this it's imposed on us
Yes.
by these companies where they are the gatekeepers of the film distribution system in the country, that dun tayo magdedepende. We're powerless. I know it's defeatist.
Maybe not defeatist, but structuralist. Parang yun din yung follow-up question sa akin ng film students ay, so what we can do? So sabi ko rin, I have no idea. Kasi yun nga, we do feel powerless kasi you have to explain it in terms of the larger socio-political context talaga in the end. Parang it's inescapable. It's a structural social problem. So within our world or circle na film industry, we're happy, pero there's a bigger world out there na
Yes.
what can you do?
And it's really the dumbing down or the mainstreamization of the entertainment fare that is offered in the Cineplex, because they can cite so many examples na, but we released this Oscar film or this Cannes awarded film nobody watched, blah blah blah. And where were the film critics? Where were the filmmakers? I keep hearing this, and parang, okay, thank you for showing such films, pero they always bring it back to us. It's not just the foreign films, but also the indie films na yung kay Joel Elise. 3 days. So parang, I don't think it's a unique phenomenon in the Philippines. Pero dahil wala na tayong standalone theaters and it's all mall-based
Cineplex.
venues, we're at the mercy of the theater chains, no? And their respective theater chains. Pero if there are standalone theaters who might be art house cinemas, there lies the fighting chance we can look up to as a hope for the venues that we want to experience a movie.
Are you referring to microcinemas po ba?
Yes and no, because I appreciate what they're doing, pero a real art house cinema in other countries, meron silang original programming. They don't just rely on second run indie films, yung pag natapos na or hindi nakatapos sa sinihan, dun sila. So it's like a second run.
Catch-up venue lang sila.
Yes. But is there like shoplifters having a limited run in this micro cinemas? That is a possible. It's possible organization they can group themselves in as a network, so that there's the reality of buying films for distribution. And ito nga yung when I was in Cannes, there was this Almodovar film after so many years. No, it won Best Actor for Banderas, and I immediately contacted the producer, who happened to be the Almodovar's production company. Tapos sabi nila, we have no intention of showing it in the Philippines because unless there's a distributor, a local distributor, we don't deal with festivals alone kasi for them it's small fry.
I see.
Tapos sabi ko, how come this film, prestige na siya, name stars, it happened to be Spanish language, walang distributor, no takers.
Yeah. Baka to them, it's economically not worth the...
Yeah. Pero sana nga,
I wish there were.
Maggrupo-grupo yung micro-cinema owners, and like what they do in Japan, in some other countries, yung mga art house, they group themselves, tapos yung isang film ni Dardenne Brothers, halimbawa, in French, in English subtitles, pinaghahatian nila, and it goes from one micro-cinema to another, maybe to Cebu, to Davao. So it makes a circuit, an independent circuit possible, and also cultivate a film culture na hindi lang outside the festivals.
Yes. And also not limited to Manila.
Yeah.
Yeah. So may parang regional spread din. Would you think yung there are countries like, for example, South Korea, they've implemented quota systems. Do you think such a system would work here in the Philippines?
In an ideal world, yes. But it needs legislation.
Yes.
And for us to do that, it's going to be an uphill battle. Kasi syempre, protective din yung
mga
theater owners.
Yeah, true.
Parang, how dare you dictate to us what we need to show.
Yes.
Pero, the reality of watching films nowadays, meron silang foot traffic to consider. Parang, kung Avengers na talaga lahat, because we maximize the profit, it's good for our stalls, it's good for our shops. Di ba, we're all saying now, why not one film? Wag naman lahat.
There's also this thing that I've heard with distributors na, so there's this very popular film that of course you want your cinema to show, and then they're gonna tie in this other smaller film, like probably a horror film na yung mga direct to video stuff na ganun. Parang kung hindi nyo to i-show, itong smaller horror film na to, hindi namin ibebenta sa inyo to.
Parang siya, black booking.
Black booking, yes.
If you take this, you can also take this, lesser known.
So even it's even mas lalo pang nalilimit yung room for us eh. Ganon. So hirap talaga.
Yeah.
Naisip ko lang dun sa foot traffic, when you mentioned foot traffic. Oo nga, no? Kasi dahil nga our cinemas are now cineplexes that are situated within malls, when cinema operators consider what films to show, they're also considering the profit of the related establishments surrounding the cinema. No? So parang they have a bigger consideration. Kaya it's really harder for them to be more independent in terms of selecting what films to show.
Yeah, just look at SM. Yung kailangan doon ka lang bumili ng pagkain bago ka makapasok, di ba?
Pero yan, di ba? Nagkaroon ng public outcry, and so it's been clarified.
Yeah, they limited na lang to certain items.
Yeah.
Kasi parang wala silang panglinis, gano'n.
Ganun ba yun?
Hindi ako sure.
Pero Shangri-La cinemas have been, they have this ruling, but there was no outcry. Pero kasi,
limited lang sila.
Okay naman yung film experience mo doon. Okay yung mga food,
and it's
theaters are clean,
they're very clear.
And I mean, Shangri-La compared to SM Cinemas, small player.
Yeah.
If their customers will do complain, ano ba naman yun compared dun sa nationwide reach ng SM specifically? Mababa na naman tayo.
Sorry po.
Ba't lagi ba yung nababanggit yan?
Minsan.
Binawin din. Pero inisip ko din kasi, ganun, if we do try to push for legislation to do these things, I wonder if ganun kaya kalakas talaga yung political clout of cinema operators.
I guess pwede sila mag-lobby to
They can lobby, I think.
They have the power to lobby.
Yes.
Tayo as
Pero yun nga
as a
kasi,
group.
if you say cinema operator, that's equivalent to saying conglomerates kasi.
yeah, yung may-ari ng malls.
Oo. So parang if they were standalone cinemas, parang maybe it would be more difficult for them to lobby against legislation.
I think it has something to do with how in our country, films are classified as parang hindi siya economic product of some sort. No? Parang in the way it was legislated in the past, it falls under a blurry classification. Kaya hindi siya ma-justify na... Like animation, halimbawa.
Yeah.
It's recognized as an economic industry that needs support. For some reason, I think the film industry has not been recognized as such yet.
So animation lang. So
I
parang
think so, yes.
Which you can argue is a subset of film, pero the larger film industry itself is not recognized as.
I think that has to be clarified para pasok siya talaga sa creative industries, and if it's lumped under the creative industry, then it can become, or it can be eligible for government support dahil ano siya, parang sunrise industry, or it's worthy of protection from the government, something to that effect.
Kailangan natin ng National Film Industry Act.
Parang ganun eh. No?
No.
Senators,
Act fast,
yun.
please.
Marami pa naman tayong senators na no?
Yun kaya.
Na artista eh.
Oo.
Saka mga nanggaling sa MTRCB.
Di ba? Wink wink.
Ayan. Next guest. Sino kaya?
Sa Senado tayo pupunta eh. No?
At doon kayo mag-interview with phone-in questions.
Pwede.
Third World Cinema Club goes to
The Senate.
the Senate.
Baka hingan kayo ng accreditation.
Oo nga eh. Hindi tayo na yun eh. No?
Media, no?
So we've talked about the Philippine film industry from the industry side, also from the distribution side. How about the side of the audience? Kasi ticket prices are going up. They're averaging around 250 to 300 pesos at least. And of course, we don't make a lot of money. The average Filipino, for most people, I think they treat like a movie-going experience as this like event that they have to go to, preferably with their family.
Yes.
For Filipinos, it's more or less a family thing, which is why films like blockbuster films, Marvel movies,
Or children's films.
they're very tailored to this kind of mentality na I go to the cinema to have a good time with my family.
Also,
It's an event.
also for malls.
For malls, yeah. I can count the number of times na like there's this Filipino film that's showing, for example, Quaresma or something like that. And then there's this family that's arguing with the
Ano panonoorin natin?
ticket person. Ano panoorin natin? Ay, Quaresma. Pero R16 yan eh. Hindi pong pwede.
Or yung usual comments sa MMFF, yung mga narinig ko mismo while in line for tickets sa MMFF, parang sasabihin niya, let's watch Siargao. Nag-name drop na naman. Siargao. Tapos sasabihin ng kasama niya, doon na lang tayo kay Vice Ganda kasi para masaya. Pasko ngayon eh. Ganun. So it's really, yun nga, their selection is guided by
What has been
yung
pre-selected.
context.
Yes.
Pre-selected.
Yes.
Saka parang yun nga, tied to holidays or weekends, ganyan.
Oo eh. So, tsaka madalang yung nanonood ng pelikula during like quote-unquote off hours. Yung,
Parang tayo lang yun.
Screenings.
parang tayo lang. And
the senior citizens.
Senior citizens. They're a large chunk of kasi I I watch films during these off hours eh.
Yeah.
Mga 10, 1 p.m. Ganyan. Everybody else is working.
And I avoid watching during weekends in the malls.
Yeah, kasi sobrang packed nun. Tsaka pila, haba.
Oo.
Pag ako, nanonood akong ganun, and I watch some, some film na wala lang, papasok lang, mga 1 week lang run. Ang kasama mo doon is almost invariably senior citizens.
And aren't they predominantly empty theaters?
Depends din
Depends
on the
naman.
movie. There was for example, there was a film by Joel Lamangan. It was a comedy. I forgot the title. Pero, ang daming daming people over 60 na nanonood.
Hindi ba ito yung Heaven, yung...
Rainbow Sunset.
Rainbow
No.
Sunset? Yeah.
Before that pa.
The family drama. The family...
Yeah, his family dramas. They were relatively well attended. At least more than 20 people. Mga ganon. Pero they're all old people. Tapos they enjoyed the jokes. Kahit na ako, kasi ako, I didn't like the movie. Pero, they...
Were they paying audience?
They were using their,
Yeah.
their senior citizen
Which
thing.
is something na legislated, di ba? So,
Yes.
No. Pero yun nga, ang problema ng araw, the ticket prices, mataas dito.
Taas.
yun nga, parang you really have to be an enthusiast to be willing to pay 250 pesos for one movie as opposed to 500 pesos for Netflix for an entire month. Di ba?
Yeah.
Parang, kung economic decision making.
So if you do the math, parang the value for money, especially, barkada kayo, you can easily hang out in Starbucks and have a quality time
Yeah.
chatting over coffee or milk tea or playing games, Mobile Legend.
Yeah. Or just stream something at home.
Yeah. So where does that leave movie making? Movie watching as what used to be the cheapest form of entertainment. Not anymore.
And it goes back to film being situated within a larger development of history. Ganyan, na.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Sorry for this dim view of of your generation. Huh?
Eh,
I've looked at theater houses abroad. Singapore, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Japan. And if you look at their ticket prices, all of them are more expensive than us. At least the one that's nearest to us, if I'm not mistaken, is
Indonesia yata.
Indonesia.
Yeah.
The rest of them, if you convert it, it amounts to at least 500 pesos.
Oh, those must be the special art houses where yung art house nila, they nilevel up nila yung film experience. They have art house programming or original programming. They have plush seats. You can drink wine. May ganun ding.
May mga ganun din.
May mga ganun din.
But those are even more expensive. Like, for example, in Hong Kong.
Broadway Cinematheque.
Yeah, in Broadway, if you go on a off day,
Yes.
it's like $60, 60 Hong Kong dollars, which is around 420 pesos, more or less, times 7. If you go on a peak day, it goes up to at least $80 per show. Pero those are talaga mga art house features, mga foreign films.
So sana nga may ganyang inventive or out of the box strategies in ticket pricing. Parang budget airline, di ba? You want advance booking of seats, you want meals, or you pay this. Sana may ganon.
Sana nga may ganun eh.
So, otherwise, I'll watch early first screening para mas mura.
Yeah.
And
if you look at sa Hong Kong din, if you look at the most expensive cinema experience they have, I think one of them is, ako lang kung nandun pa rin yun ngayon, the one at Elements Mall. It's the one with the Shaw surround sound. Now, I think wala na yata.
Galas yata magbakasyon yun,
Masarap po mag-abroad.
going to film festivals.
Nag-film fest din po ako.
Yun yung attraction sa kanya ng
may
ibang
time.
countries.
The most expensive cinema house there is like 500 Hong Kong dollars, which is pretty expensive. Pero it is the premium experience. You lie down, you have free wine or whatever. Tsaka sobrang ganda nung projection ng sinehan.
Na-mention mo na may off-day pricing ang
Yeah, for Hong Kong it's like Tuesday mornings.
we don't have that here. No? Naisip ko yun kanina. Parang,
Wala eh.
Wala eh.
Wala.
what if may ganun kaya tayo?
Sabi ko nga sa kanya, it could be like the budget airline
Yeah.
model. If you want specific seats, you want
Yes.
meals.
Well, we have some of that here. Yung mga lazy boy
Lazy
Oo.
area
area.
sa...
Pero
ano.
yun yung premium.
Oo.
Is, parang think of something like cheaper. Like, you have like the 250 peso option.
Oh.
Imagine you also have a 150 peso option.
Yeah.
Like a smaller seat maybe or something like that. Or a seat during off hours because you aren't gonna sell that seat anyway. Might as well sell it at a lower
Or
price.
kung manonood ka ng peak hours na 7:30 and 9 o'clock on a Saturday and
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, siguro you can be more expensive.
Yeah, true. Also,
But why are we thinking about these options for them? Shouldn't this be something that they should be
thinking-
considering
Yeah.
Under-
to help the film to resuscitate this ailing industry of declining ticket admissions?
Maybe they think the industry is good as it is. Maybe they're making enough money.
If it's
Pero-
not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
is it not broken?
I
Their
think it's-
bottom line is not broken.
I thought it was thriving.
Yeah, yun yung paradox eh. And for lower ticket prices, I think SM does something like that. They sell like these older films.
Yeah.
Yeah, for like 50 pesos.
Yung parang may once a month, sila, no?
Yeah, and to be fair, people still go. When I look at the reservation screen, because 50 pesos lang naman
diba?
eh.
Yeah, one of my films was shown in one of those bargain basement arrangement, and I thought, sabi ko, should I be happy about this? Bargain basement na yung pelikula ko.
But if it means more viewers, why not?
Yeah.
At least.
Sir, what's your opinion on the current state of film criticism in the Philippines? Because other than, the people who write in the trade publications, there are also people who write for online, like OGs, or there are also bloggers like us. And then there are also people who are not exactly critics, but more of like PR people, like the people from Cinehub, Cinema Bravo, those kinds of people. Yan. What's your opinion on the state of film criticism in the Philippines as it is now?
Well, it's great that with a few clicks of your finger, it's so easy to access all those reviews, comments, or discourses on film. From Philbert's two-liner reviews to Og Screw's pep.ph's ano ba siya?
Rappler.
Rappler. It's kind of like a full-length review, right?
Yes.
But I kind of miss the sight and sound type of reviews na
Medyo long form.
long form,
Yeah,
more
yeah.
incisive, and where are those now? Maybe there's one or two you read about an obscure film that was shown months ago, but many years ago before SOCMED, there would be the dailies would have the review, not just Nestor Torre, but others na parang nagiging gauge ng Z guys, or at least what is the current pulse. Now, you get parang parang sachet. You get bits and pieces of this, that. Alone together. Let's all watch. Blah blah. Great. But what about? Where were you when obscure films like the Yield,
Yield,
documentary? I'm happy that there are bloggers and people who do go out of their way to watch these films. Sana lang it amounts to action, because of this ba nanood ang mga tao. We're still waiting for the next Kita, which I think people keep mentioning that as the indie film that did it. Okay, but is it a repeatable phenomenon, or it's a one-off? It will never be replicated because there was a bandwagon
Effect. Yeah. I think that's it. People are trying to catch lightning in a bottle for a second time.
Yeah.
Is it really feasible? Is it worth throwing all of those?
And so all the rom-coms that followed tried to imbibe all the ingredients into this emo romance. Parang gano'n na siya, di ba? Before Sunrise type of movies now.
We feel it was going in that direction.
Pero
Yeah.
before kita, the president...
Tadhana.
Yeah.
Tadhana.
Kaya,
Yeah.
and in a
No.
big budget way.
In a big budget
But-
way.
This is
they
the rom-com.
kind of rom-com
in terms
na
of rom-coms.
Oo.
May pagka-mumblecore na.
Mumblecore. Pero yung Tadhana spurred the you have to go out of town or to a different country.
Yes.
Parang naging ano yun, di ba? Ingredient na.
Sagada, no, na
Yeah.
overpopulate bigla.
And Siargao came after and
If you think about it, it's still it still parang follows this like trope of these two people going
Yeah.
to an exotic place na hindi mo
To
pa
find
napupuntahan.
themselves.
To find
soul
themselves.
searching.
Yeah, because we had it in like Milan or
Oh.
films like that.
The
Diba?
Oh.
elements have been there.
Pero
way
they
before.
they spun it in a different way, which I
Or the
think
packaging.
kaya medyo refreshing to a lot of people.
But doesn't it require a love team? Or hindi naman lagi?
Maybe a couple, not necessarily a love team per se. Like,
Pero yun yung
unestablished.
difference ng Milan to these newer films. Na,
Yeah, doesn't need a love team.
Or-
And Milan was a family drama. We're talking about how the rom-com evolved into a romance drama na mumblecore-ish.
with some kind of travelogue.
Sana maulit muli.
With Lea Salonga and Agam Mulak.
It's a two-character love story.
Nakikita mo naman na parang yung characters go abroad. Like, ito kasing si Lea Salonga is a very dependent woman to her boyfriend. And then, nung napunta siya ng Amerika, naging independent woman siya. Super, ultra-independent woman. Then, Aga Mulak followed her sa States. So, doon, parang, hindi naman siya totally romance drama lang. May family din na
May family
involved.
issue.
By the way, Jim Paranalas joined us. Hello.
That's the new voice you're hearing now. So you like rom-coms?
Not totally. Hollywood.
Hollywood.
I love Pretty Woman before Bridget Jones's Diary. Like that film.
But those the rom-com genre, as you named it, as examples, they're dead in Hollywood.
Kasi parang that's 90s and early 2000s.
Oo.
They're called chick flicks, diba?
Chick flicks. So, tsaka yung suspension of disbelief, no? Na escapist.
Yes.
The Pretty Woman, you know, Devil Wears Prada.
Na bumabalik dito. Yung the girl in
Yeah,
the orange
bumabalik
dress.
dito eh. I think,
Yeah. Which I actually liked.
I like
Yeah.
it. Diba? Pero yung common... I think it was John actually who said na parang very 90s Hollywood rom-com yung
Yeah.
spirit.
yung spirit ng Girl in the Orange Dress, yeah.
Yeah.
Kasi it takes place in one place.
I mean, it's not a perfect movie, but
Yeah.
Si Jim po nga pala ay isang living, walking film archive.
Repository of information.
he's like a younger Teddy Ko.
Yes. Junior.
Going back dun sa film criticism.
Ayun, so, yun. Film
Yung level of film criticism. Kayo, what do you think of? Do you read each other's
Aba,
rants? Rants?
Have you read anything from us? From the three of us?
What is your last name?
Ramones po.
Ramones.
You followed me on Twitter po.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
Yan-
But you seldom post something clearly negative, right?
Apa.
Oo.
Yes.
Are you, what's your last name?
Tawasil.
Yeah. John Tawaseo. Oh,
Yeah.
I always...
Thank you. Not to toot my own horn.
But you kind of review films that are like, napalabas na siya before, tapos parang you're viewing it again.
Yeah, sometimes yung mga retrospectives.
Retrospectives,
Yeah. And also yung mga recent Filipino films talaga.
Yeah.
Nakalabas lang.
Actually, I sometimes follow your recommendations. Ano to? Reviewing the reviewers? And ikaw, what's your last name? Ano?
Paranan.
You're on Twitter, right? Okay.
Yes.
Do you
Yes.
rant?
Sometimes.
Ang naalala ko po kasi you like one of my tweets regarding sa QCinema because I thank QCinema for giving us opportunity to
Oh, of course I remember
review
you.
films.
Yeah. No,
And small bloggers like us, parang we're very grateful na we're considered to be part of the film fest.
Oh naman. And then also I do miss the Twitter of the old days when you guys were so upfront and nag-aaway kayo, ganon. But why don't you fight again?
Well,
Yung mga Richard Bulisay versus oh my God, did I mention that? Richard, ikaw na gano'n, fill in the blanks. Yung mga ganong ano. Kasi sometimes it's parang becoming Facebook na people are so polite and well, except for Eric Mati. Ay, joke.
guilty ako yan. Ako po kasi talaga, yun nga po, palagi ko po sinasabi, I don't really see myself as a critic. Kasi yung type of writing na ginagawa ko po, ito rin yung palagi yung explanation. Kinontinue ko lang yung ginagawa ko since college na parang nagsusulat lang ako ng reflection papers.
Like a blog, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Or parang dun po kasi nagsimula yan eh. As an undergrad here po, I took up Film 10 under Sir Patrick Campos. Tapos parang he made us watch, to me, sobrang bago sa akin, ang Kidlat Tahimik, yung Three Colors, Red, art films in general.
My favorite trilogy.
Dun po ako
Blue
namulat.
is my favorite.
Pinalabas sa QCinema.
Yes.
And then yun po, so, I enjoyed doing the reflection papers for that class na we weren't really being asked to criticize. More of, we were being asked to understand and analyze yung films.
Oh.
So, kaya ganun po yung ginagawa ko. Kaya, well, tama po yung observation na I rarely say something bad about the films. Kasi in the first place, I mostly write about the films that I like lang, which I find worthwhile of delving into. Ganun po.
Ako rin, same here. Kasi hindi rin naman ako totally ganun ka film critic. More on review or... Kasi syempre film enthusiast ako. So yun, inaano ko lang siya. Not totally...
That's a better word, no? Enthusiast.
Yeah, apo, yun yung ginagamit.
Kasi
film
you know,
enthusiast.
when I say critique, I don't expect that you say bad things about a movie, but because sometimes we love bad films for some reasons.
I review a lot of bad films.
Yung ba yung... Sino ba yung director na yan?
Si Curator. Baka hindi pumunta. Personally, I think when I review, I also consider myself just a reviewer. When I watch bad films, sometimes there's something very interesting from the way why did they make this movie like this, or the movies that I like the least are the lazy ones. Pero I like
The lazy ones.
The lazy
Okay.
ones. I won't name names.
Describe what a lazy movie is.
A movie that feels like it was just phoned in. Parang shoot lang over like a weekend.
Si ano?
To cash in on, cash in. Ganyan. Pero there are films that are objectively bad. They're like technically not very good. Pero there's something in their like construction that I find really appealing which is why I look at them.
But you got me at lazy filmmaking.
Lazy filmmaking. They're like films that parang
By the box.
By the box.
Connect the dots.
Wala parang wala masyadong effort.
Unimaginative.
Unimaginative.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, things like that. Not that they weren't trying, but I don't think they were really,
Going out of the box. Yeah.
they were going out of their way to really make this.
Sometimes I hear catchwords na autopilot daw yung
Something like
storytelling.
that. Yeah. I'd rather have a really bad film na mukhang in-effortan naman versus a bad film na parang bahala na. Pwede na to. Ang ganun. Kasi we all have our technical limitations. There are many directors out there that don't have a film background, or they're not really parang well versed like in the language of cinema as others are. So, there are levels of there may levels.
Regarding your film po na Swipe.
Okay.
Kasi it's interesting eh. And yung pinaka na kuha niyo yung attention ko, yung character ni Gabby Eigenman.
Oh, yeah.
May fetish.
Thank God some people watch it pala.
I watched it.
Okay.
So, how did you come up po with the idea of Swipe? Or how did it come, yung concept?
And Lejano as the filmmaker.
Yeah. Aside from festival director, you're a director, diba?
Swipe was revised screenplay of a movie about surveillance cameras in an apartment complex. So when I had a producer, I had to revise it to make it topical and catchy, but I was consciously making a sexy movie, and also because it's about an app, I had to research, and so both Tinder and other apps.
Grindr.
Yeah, and all the characters,
Yes.
gay, straight,
Grab date.
bisexual, whatever. I did some research, and the character of Gabby Eigenman is a product of one of those researchers, and mga kwento ng mga friends ko, mga ganon. So it was grounded on a real story.
I see. Even Maria Isabel Lopez character is also intriguing.
That character was a composite of stories I heard about middle-aged Filipinas finding hope in online romances. Tapos yun, parang nadengoy sila and all that. So I'm sorry, it's kind of defeatist, the movie, but it was shown in Indonesia and they really liked it. So because, turns out pala Tinder and Instagram is a dating app pala in some countries. So, yeah.
I'm surprised din kasi po Viva, di ba? It's Viva
Yes.
who released the film.
Are there any films, Filipino films, that have come out, say in the last 10 years, that you really like and you want more people to see if they have the opportunity?
Since we're nearing the end of the decade na, no?
Yeah, since
Mapasok
we're nearing
na rin
the
yung mga 2010s
The 2010s na
That would have to be for me, no? Buhaya of
Buhaya,
Francis Passion.
yeah.
The late
And
Francis.
I'm so sad that he passed away at an early age, but I think there's a lot more in him that he could have brought out.
Yes.
And based on that, it's a Cinemalaya film, but it worked for me in many levels. Yun, Buhaya, and By Bust. No, sorry. OTJ?
OTJ, yeah.
Honor Thy Father or
OTJ.
On the Job.
I thought
Mas maganda po
was...
yung
It could have opened a portal into Pinoy action, a contemporary classic of a Pinoy action genre that can be at par with Korean or Japanese auteurs.
Yes.
And so, Eric Mati, I'm a fan of your action films. Well, maybe I'm watching so many screeners now for QCinema, kaya nabablock off minsan ang memory ko.
Yeah. So, speaking of QCinema, would you share with us some of your experiences in running QCinema as a film festival director?
Yeah. Early, I think it was in 2014 or 2015. So we were just 4 years old or 5 years old. I get a lot of screeners. Tapos sometimes they come very late. And one of those late screener that I got was a Gaspar Noé movie. And Love 3D. So I programmed it without screening it. And of course we have a MOA with MTRCB, so we do our own rating. And so on the first screening, I think it was in...
Raynoma, probably.
No, I think it was Robinson's Galleria pa.
Yeah.
So some embassy people were there, and people from Quezon City Hall. And so, okay, it's a good audience to have. Sabi ko,
Did they wear 3D glasses?
yes. And then the movie began. I put on my 3D glasses, and then something exploded on screen. I cannot mention what it is.
Yes. You know what that is, guys who've watched Love. You know what that is.
Did you?
I've watched it.
Ako haven't. Climax pa lang.
You watch it on 3D?
Not in 3D, but I know that scene.
So imagine my experience as I was watching it for the very first time with people from the embassy, from the city hall. I was slowly sinking in my seat, and I was really I was panicking. I was already on the phone, guys. I'm talking to my festival team. Tomorrow we may have to cancel the other screenings of Love 3D. I'm ready to give an apology online for all those people who unfortunately experienced this 3D whatever. Nobody complained. Because if somebody complained, siya, magiging issue siya.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Lord. We proceeded without fanfare or without a hell of an experience. So that was one of my... Maybe I should watch before. But there were also happy instances, like we had an opening film, The Handmaiden.
Yeah.
It's not opening film material because it's dark and it's quite long.
Yes.
But again, the embassy people were there and people from the city hall. But I previewed it prior. But they were... And our followers, they were congratulating us for, wow, this is not an opening film, but we love it. So parang, oh, okay. So it's a pat on the back on my part na sometimes you have to take your gut feel kasi dapat opening film, it's a feel-good, big director, it will not be opposed by anyone, it's a comforting experience. But sometimes you have to nudge people, hey, manood kayo kasi may impact to. Kasi it has to be an event eh.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's a wonderful story about love. Pero yun din po kasi yung first year that I watched in QCinema, and I read about it. Parang people were happy that there's a local film festival that was quote-unquote daring enough to show that film. So parang
funded by the government.
Yes.
Yes, pero yeah, so parang I think it might actually have been beneficial for the festival na it set itself apart by doing that.
Yeah.
Parang it was a dear move.
Yeah.
Screen it hindi siya basta-basta ng pelikula because iba nung parang screen na siya sa pan. Yung iba nag-walk out.
I think we're the only Asian country to have screened it as a 3D uncut version. And well, siguro parang I'm thankful that I'm given this liberty by my boss, Mayor Joy Belmonte.
Yeah.
We're given a free hand and, support kasi after all, 60% of the mall theaters are in Quezon City. So yung amusement tax naman natin, malaki naman. So we want to use this as to give back to you guys what you like. Sometimes my I can't help. Sometimes my preference prevails, but I also have to take a back seat with my gut feel and what is also ano yung gusto ng educators, film lovers, mainstream people, so may ganong you consider different layers of audiences.
Are there any films in the upcoming festival that we should be excited about?
Excited at QCinema.
Yeah.
Susunod, yun.
Yeah.
Pasabog.
Well, I came from Cannes this year, and it's a very good year.
Yes.
But you don't only program from Cannes, no? Pero ito yung launching pad ng
For a lot of films.
the prestige films. And dito yung it's a good occasion to choose the prestige films that the Pinoy audiences should watch.
Yeah.
And of course, that's my guiding principle na, my latest ba si Parasite director?
Yeah.
My latest bang Darden Brothers? Are there new filmmakers out there that we need to introduce? And I'm happy. Well, I'm proud to have this new section new horizons. It's gonna be new mga debut films. Hindi lang Asian, yung
Around the world.
most interesting debut films that we've seen and we'd love to share. Parang siguro gusto ng QCinema na we're in the forefront of promoting new visions and new directors.
Yung pong circle competition
Can you
ng...
clarify to us po, ano po yung nangyari sa categories kung
Well,
Do we still have like a competition for
local
films, or will they
filmmakers na
be
separate, or
shuffled into the larger?
or is just one big category na lang?
circle competition is now history. Hindi na siya local competition of the films that we produced. So, yung dati naming Asian Next Wave International Competition, doon papasok yung 3 QCinema films that we gave funding
Grants.
to.
Yeah, okay.
So, sorry na lang sila, pero it's now a bigger stage they're competing in, the Asian Next Wave, but they're all the same caliber. Yung first 3 films, it's not a big budget Cannes film. So yun, this is the next stage of QCinema na kung magpo-produce, we don't need to produce 10 films. We're not a network, we're not a platform.
Yeah.
It's a public grant that we give to people we feel deserves a break, and you have to compete in the larger Southeast Asian competition,
And-
whether it's good or bad.
So,
Yun nga, we're moving more towards an international arena.
Yeah.
so you mean may 3 QCinema produced entries po na they're in the same category as entries
Yes.
from
Other
Asian-
countries.
Yes. That's why we're already screening the 6 other Asian films from young directors. So they will be competing Pinoy versus Indonesia, Thailand, Taiwan, or whatever.
Yung 6 other films po ba yan ay originally produced for QCinema din?
No,
Or
no.
Ano?
They're produced films already. Hindi kami nag-call for entries, pero we are getting the screeners. Of course, it's a big curating job because dapat magka-level yung mga films.
But the 3 original produced, they underwent the same process as
Yes.
circle competition
Yes.
before.
So just to reintroduce to you our grantees for this year, it's Ray Red, the co-director of Chedeng at si Apple ba yun?
Yes.
But this is her first solo venture. And then there's Glenn Barrett, who used to be a filmmaker.
Yung short
He-
films na
Yes.
Alien
Yes.
ata nangungupahan.
No.
Yes, and he was my former student. And then he just finished the shoot of The Cleaners. Ito yung entry niya.
Excited.
And and the third one is RB Barbarona.
Barbarona, yeah.
And it's a female-driven action film.
Oh, interesting.
We're getting more of that. Okay.
Yes. And then we also have shorts that we're giving full funding. We gave 200,000 each. They're about to shoot their shorts, and then we just wrapped up our selection for the 3 documentary grants. We're giving post-production grants for 3 full-length documentaries.
Yeah.
So kami lang naman ang nagbibigay ng grants where they own the films to shorts, docs, and feature films.
Yun nga po yun eh. That's what cinema is priding itself about na yung rights to the films that are produced under QCinema.
They belong to
Or-
the filmmakers.
They're
Yeah.
much more generous than for the other local film festivals.
And simple and uncomplicated. Just like my love life. No, I'm just kidding.
Any last words to our 5 listeners? 6. Now 6.
Or maybe 8 na, ganun.
Well, there's a focus on a particular director. We're still deciding who it will be, but not Filipino.
Bong Joon-ho.
No, and Parasite is not like Okja.
Oh, okay.
So just to let you know, and I think it will have a commercial screening.
Oh, I see.
Okay. What else? I think the selection of films will be good because of the new sections we're doing, the 3 films we are producing, the documentaries, and sana meron kaming special guest na, you know, every year we're getting bigger, but you know, it will feel good to be big and have a big guest. So sana lumaki yung budget namin. Sana we can afford to fly in a guest, a celebrity. You know.
If you have such a guest, we'd be happy to
Oh yeah.
talk with this guest, whoever he or
Yes.
she is.
Okay. Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Your favorite QCinema produced film?
Ako muna.
Okay, DJ first.
May ready answer.
Inisip ko kanina sa yung 2010s question kasi.
Ano?
Dun sa
2010s
best
na
films
question.
of the 2010s.
Oo.
Yan. Women of the Weeping River.
Okay.
Sobrang, when I saw that, wow. Hindi ko
Yeah.
na nakakalimutan.
Same. Actually, me, same. I was blown away by that film. It was an amazing film. Also, a little side story. My father,
You're from Mindanao?
yes, my father is from Holo.
Ah.
His classmate was the older woman in the film. What was her? I forgot her name.
Sharifa or si
Yeah.
No. Si Ali Dance. Yeah. The older one. And he doesn't really watch, he doesn't really watch these kinds of films. But he told me, he told me to join him to watch this film. He didn't know it was an indie film. He kept on explaining to me, parang, this is, when we were kids, this was what, Holo looked like, and this is really happening in us. And he was really invested in the film. This is a person who,
It's a non-film person.
he's a non-film person. He sleeps through films. That's his, like, superpower. I don't know what it is. But he stayed awake for the entire film because it was his story. It was the story of his people, of our people.
I love it when people engage on
Yeah.
a film on that level. Na it's striking a chord to them
Yeah.
unexpectedly. So, wow, thank you for saying that.
And aside from Weeping River, maybe mga second, third place.
May ranking pala.
May ranking.
You guys want to rank.
Yeah, we love, lists. Probably Prime Cruise's 2 films. Sleepless
yeah.
and Manananggal. I really like those.
And Mananagal, I think, is an underrated film.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of people didn't like it, pero personally, nagustuhan ko siya it struck some. It's like a horror film with romance elements because
Yes.
everyone else seems to be like, what do you call this? Everyone else seems to be interpreting it more as a romance, pero I don't see that as a case. These are 2 lonely beings,
Yes.
people who found each other, even though one of them sucks blood.
Just like Sleepless.
Just like Sleepless,
yeah.
Minus the magic, the fantasy element lang.
Yeah, and
Pero yun.
and of course, Oda sa Wala, really exceptional film.
Tomorrow is Urian, no?
Yes, tomorrow's Orian. Hope it wins something.
No, I don't think it was nominated.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Ito nga yung...
Ito nga pala yung
Nag-snob
si
kay
Pokwan.
Dwayne.
Pero yun nga.
Ikaw, baka...
Ayan, Jim.
Ako, I also like Women of the Weeping River. Kasi it's very, parang lyrical and haunting, ganon. And then, Patay na si Jesus. Kasi when yung best friend ko, we watched it in cinema, tawanan kami. So, parang it's refreshing to watch that kind of comedy film. And then, last year, yung...
Sayang lang pag mga ganong films when it becomes a sleeper hit, people forget it's a QCinema film. And, yun lang naman. And then you were saying...
Noong 2017, my favorite is Neo Manila because it's a neo-noir. So, Yula Valdez kasi yung character niya reminds me of Jenna Rowlands in Gloria. Kaya parang...
John Cassavetes.
John Cassavetes. And then, last year, ang naging favorite ko is Bill and Emma because it's it's a very brave film.
Okay.
May runner-up lang din pala ako.
See,
Yeah, go.
they love lists.
Iniwasan na nga namin yung ranking. Anyway. It's not a good practice, eh, no? Pero, on a personal level din kasi, yung Water Lemon. Lemon
Oh, yeah.
Also
Yeah.
from 2015. Na, I guess personal lang siya, pero yung small town story kasi na, I didn't exactly come from a province myself, pero yung pagkaka-portray ng place, it's so universal, eh, na if you
Yeah.
lived in such a town that looks like that, which looks like every other town in the Philippines, I guess.
Parang na-perfect ni Lem Lorca over several films yung pagka-portray
Yung
niya
small
ng
town.
small
Yeah.
town eh.
Films.
And then just to add, when I read the script, that's one thing I'm looking for, yung sense of place.
Yes.
And it becomes a particularized, specified. Those are plus points for me when just upon reading it, nakikilala ko yung lugar. So just take note kung mag-enter kayo ng script. Joke!
Tips. Let's go on to the next segment. Our final segment, actually. Very short segment. Just tell us what you have watched recently, whether it be a TV show, a movie, or whatever. Maybe a book, a piece of music. And tell us if it's good or not. Doesn't have to be a good thing. Yeah. So, sir, let's start with you. What have you watched recently?
Watch, not listen.
Listen is okay.
Okay. I just listened to Fake Empire by The National.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And wow, I hit replay, I think, for the whole day. So it's right after the election, and
Yes.
parang I wasn't feeling so upbeat. And discovering the song kind of validated my ennui of the world situation and the helplessness I'm feeling. But on another media, I watched a screener.
Yes.
Pwede bang films about to be seen.
Oh, sure. Go.
Wait, did I like any film lately?
Can you talk about that? That's the question.
Well, sometimes I don't finish films. Yung mga those shown in commercial theaters because yun nga, yung what you mentioned na pag you have a sense na autopilot na siya,
Yes.
it's lazy filmmaking, parang I think I know where it's going, and so I just saw a screener from Taiwan. It's called Nina Wu. It's a hashtag Me Too film.
Aha.
She's an actress. She was abused, but it's done in a psychothriller way. I like genres, and so Nina Wu, watch out for that.
Okay. Speaking of The National, have you watched their short film? I'm
No.
easy to find.
Ah,
It's on YouTube.
Okay.
So it stars Alicia Vikander.
oh, okay.
So if you heard their new album?
No, I'm just discovering them, and
Yeah.
I'm not this generation, so I don't remember song titles too much.
Yeah. If you have like maybe 30 minutes, it's a short film, relatively short film. Yeah. Take time
Influence
to
po ba to ni Richard Bulisay?
watch. Richard Badakwata.
No.
So huge fan of the National.
The National. He went to see them live, I think.
Yeah, and I think there's a concert somewhere in Asia
Really?
coming up, but not here.
DJ, what have you watched recently?
Listen na lang din. Although may watch component din. Fools and Foes, a local band. They released their debut LP this month. Self-titled Fools and Foes. Although they had an EP before na. And for one of their singles from that new album, they made a music video. The song is called Drift.
Drift? Yeah.
Rift.
Drift.
Rift lang.
Ah, Rift.
Rift. It's a song about perspective. And ang ganda ng music video niya, very cinematic, very filmic yung approach. It's about a photographer going around Baguio. Ang konyo eh. Baguio. Ang ganda lang nung pagkakagawa. Very quality yung photography. And then, just watch it siguro.
Just watch it.
Ano ba masasabi ko?
For film people to talk about songs as their favorites and not a film, parang ironic, no, na mas gusto pa natin yung hindi natin nakikita na yung what we imagine.
Yeah, there's a lot left to the imagination when you're listening to it. Ako naman, not really films. Kasi recently, I've been doing stuff. I'm writing a book. Pero ano lang yun, for self-gratification lang. Pero,
Fanfic.
more of, like a fiction, because I wrote like a book like 10 years ago, may get. And this is, parang Adele lang, parang I've collected enough life experiences to write
Adele,
a book.
hindi Miley Cyrus or Taylor Swift.
Adele, kasi parang, may age shot na 21. This is my experience. Pero yun. Anyway, what I did watch recently was the first episode of the latest season of Black Mirror.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, it's called Striking Vipers. It stars, yung pinaka natatanda ko si Anthony Mackie. Pero it's about these two guys, they're friends. One of them is married.
And
the other one is
change genders, no? Or something?
Yeah, something like that. The other one is a playboy. They're both like stereotypically this like
Jocks, ganun.
jock, black masculine guy. And then they play this game, this virtual
Role-playing game.
Yeah. And where you can feel everything that you do. You punch, you get punched. You kick, you get kicked.
That's the technology aspect of the Black Mirror episode.
And then these two guys, which you assumed were heterosexual, they start having a relationship in this virtual world. They make out in that virtual world.
And one of the guy's character is a girl, right?
Yes, played by Pom Clementieff, who was Mantis in Guardians of the Galaxy. So, ayun there's a lot in there to explore about, sexuality. These like very masculine guys, they encounter like the fluidity of their own sexuality. Are they really in love with each other, or is it just because one of them is like is as
appearance lang.
He appears as a girl. So is that why they're attracted to each other? And it also plays on this like yung aspect ng paglalaro nila, 1v1 competitive play, may parang homoerotic thing na pumapasok doon. So it's marami siyang pwedeng pag-usapan. So, yun. I've yet to watch the other 2 episodes kasi wala ko oras, pero yun.
I'm super excited to watch that.
Yeah. It's on Netflix, guys. And finally, Jim?
Ako kasi ngayon parang nagka-catch up ako ng mga films na hindi ko napanood before. So, yung
downloads.
Yeah, like that. Yung napanood ko na nagustuhan ko ay yung Gorillas in the Mist starring...
It's an old film.
Yeah. Sigourney Weaver.
Michael Apted?
Yes, Michael Apted.
Yeah.
Ako kasi medyo fan ako ni Sigourney Weaver. So, from Alien to Copycat. And this was an Academy Award nominated performance. And I believe that's her greatest performance as
was she to win an Academy Award?
Sana siya, but it was Jodie Foster who got the Best Actress Award
The
for
Accused.
The Accused. Yun. So, and then another one, Aurovalism Font.
Which one?
Aurovalism Font.
Louis Mal.
Louis Mal, ganon. Favorite ko kasi yung niya, Elevator to the Gallows, because of John Moreau's performance. So, in-intrigue ako with Aurovalism Font, pero sadyang nakatulugan ko siya. kasi si Louis Mal kasi siya slow pace yung film niya. Although ang maganda naman with the film, ramdam mo na personal siya because it's a semi-autobiographical film. Ayun. And then, yun nga yung we attended the music video launch of Rian Ramos, Body Crashers. So yun, enjoy namin yung performance. Yeah, it's
Kaya pala 3-hour podcast yun. Sorry, I have nothing to promote. No, but it's nice to hear you guys watch old films and you have a sense of history. Na you're not just liking the new director na walang background, but a Louis Mal from a veteran director. And that's what we lack, yung discourse na ganyan, especially if you're teaching film to young people and they don't care about black and white films. So yun, na-struck lang ako na but through downloads in an illegal activity.
Sorry.
No, but isn't YouTube a portal where you can also discover all these gems. So
Actually, I saw Black Narcissus in YouTube. Even yung mga Children's Hour, Bicycle Thieves, doon ko siya panood. Midnight Cowboy, doon ko napanood.
sa YouTube.
Yes.
Public domain films.
Yeah. Splendor in the Grass. Those are classic films eh. And I'm glad because I was able to watch it. And even A Woman Under the Influence nga ni John Cassavetes, doon ko rin napanood. So, yun po.
So I guess that ends our episode for today. Thank you, sir, for sharing your time and
My
knowledge.
pleasure. Sana maulit.
Yan. And we will see you guys next time on Third World Cinema Club. Bye-bye.
Bye!
Bye.